Today I'll be showing you strategies for Mace PvP. First, let's talk about enchantments. You can put mending, unbreaking, and fire aspect on it, and there are Mace specific enchantments that you can apply. Oh yeah, so somehow I forgot to mention wind burst, but don't worry, I'll talk about it later. You can choose from either density or breach. Density makes the mace do even more damage when falling, and it's best used when falling from more than 10 blocks, because it deals 2.5 hearts of damage per block at level 5. Breach reduces armor effectiveness, but doesn't scale well, so only use it when falling from a short distance or when you're attribute swapping. This is attribute swapping. You can make the mace do way more damage by swapping from a netherite sword or an axe to the mace. This applies the attack damage of the sword onto the mace, and by using the sword, you can attack with the mace fully charged way quicker. Just make sure when you attack to swap to the mace at the same frame that you left click. But you might be wondering, how does attribute swapping on the ground with a breach mace do more damage than just a sword? Well, that's because even just hitting with the breach mace by itself does a lot of damage because of the breach enchantment. Combine this with the extra damage from the sword and you have a weapon that deals insane damage. This is pearl catching. You throw an ender pearl directly up, then followed by a wind charge. This works because the pearl is slower than the wind charge, so the pearl goes up, the wind charge catches up to it, they collide, and you get teleported. This is really good for quickly going up to mace. This is stun slamming. You can quickly disable the shield by hitting with the axe, then macing them. It's really hard to do this at quicker speeds though. This is because of the way the game handles changing items. The best way to stun slam is to swap to your axe at the same time you click, then mace them. This is way more consistent, and even if you swap from your axe to your axe, it'll still work. Here's why. Minecraft works on 20 ticks per second, so each tick is 50 milliseconds. And if you just hit with your axe then swap to your mace and hit, you don't know where you are in the cycle. So you might hit with the axe and swap to the mace in the same tick, causing you to hit them with the mace twice instead of disabling it first. Instead, swap from the sword to the axe clicking at the same time, then hit with the mace. This works because when you swap to the axe and hit in the same tick, you can't swap until the tick finishes, letting you mace without causing problems like swapping and hitting in the same tick. It's really hard to learn, but once you do, it makes stun slamming way easier. Oh yeah, and if any of that's wrong, leave a comment explaining how it actually works and I'll pin it. I tried to find videos explaining it, but most of them were just confusing, so sorry if this is wrong, but at least I know how you do it works, I'm just not sure why it works. Okay, back to the video now. Another way to defeat the shield is to just hit the player's back instead of the shield. It's pretty hard for them to tell that you're gonna hit their back, and when you do this instead of stun slamming, you get extra damage because instead of swapping from the mace and having it attack with barely any charge, you can swap from the sword or the axe to the mace. But if you constantly do this, they'll probably notice that you do this and just turn around when you try to hit them. If someone's trying to elytra mace you, you can hit them with wind charges to stop them from macing you. But it's risky, because if you miss, you'll get maced. You can even do this when they aren't using an elytra, but it's much easier for them to still hit you after you wind charge them. Alright, it's finally time to talk about wind burst, because for some reason, I forgot about it. And for reasons that I might talk about in a future video, I can't just simply add that into the existing enchantment part. Anyways, Wind Burst is an enchantment that launches you up when you land a successful mace attack. It also launches nearby mobs and players away. Each increase in the enchantment level increases the distance everything is launched, but if you or your opponent is wearing blast protection, they will take greatly reduced knockback or none at all depending on how many pieces of blast protection they have. There are certain times you might not want to use Wind Burst though. Here are some examples. You can smash attack them with a mace without Wind Burst so you can quickly finish them off by breach swapping. You're mid-air and your opponent is falling at around the same height as you. Using a mace without wind burst, you can chain multiple mace hits together. Alright, so the last tip is, when you mace with elytra and fireworks, you should use flight duration 3 so you can just use one firework rocket to mace them, instead of using 2 with lower flight duration. Because if you only use one flight duration 1 rocket, it might expire, making it way harder to aim, but if you use flight duration 3, if you're good enough, you can even mace twice with 1 rocket using higher flight duration. Alright, so I hosted a tournament in Flow PvP, and whoever won would get a shout out at the end of the video, so shout out Bolton Arrows 100. I'm not even sure if he's on YouTube, but, you know, Minecraft username is that, so I don't know. Oh yeah, and I got number 1 on Metal in the Minecraft category. And the video on YouTube only did 21 views, which is crazy. I mean, I didn't expect it to just blow up on one platform and just completely no one would see it on the other one, which is like, okay, but I mean, I guess it's a different audience. Alright, bye, Scrub Sibe.